Hello and welcome. Let's begin with a simple, profound truth. Your body is not working against you, even when it feels that way. When the fatigue settles into your bones, or your digestion feels unpredictable, your body is always striving for balance. Often, what feels like a decline is actually your body's intelligent response to a hidden stressor, a silent emergency brake that's been engaged for far too long, quietly draining your energy reserves day after day. It's a feeling so many of us know, that deep cellular tiredness that a good night's sleep just can't seem to touch. But what if we could gently release that brake? What if we could learn its name and show our bodies it's safe to let go? I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and for over 15 years, I've had the great privilege of sitting with women just like you. My purpose here isn't to give you a long list of complicated rules, but to help you navigate the beautiful and sometimes challenging changes in your body with clarity and compassion. If this is the kind of conversation that feels right to you, I warmly invite you to subscribe and become part of our growing community. And I would so love to know who I'm speaking with today. Tell me in the comments. Where are you watching from? It brings me such joy to see where this community of strong, wise women comes together. Now, today we are going to talk about one of the most significant factors affecting your energy, your mood, and your overall vitality after the age of 60. And as the title of this video suggests, it's not what most people think. We are so often told to cut out sugar, to watch our carbs, to fight against aging. But the true culprit is quieter, more subtle, and far more pervasive. The number one thing silently damaging your gut health, and in turn your energy, is chronic low-level stress. I know what you might be thinking. Stress? That's it. We hear about stress all the time. But I'm not talking about the big, dramatic events. I'm talking about the quiet hum of worry that becomes the background noise of our lives. It's the constant concern for our children or grandchildren, the financial anxieties, the quiet griefs we carry, the subtle loneliness, or even just the daily pressure of keeping everything afloat. It becomes so normal we don't even recognize it as stress anymore. It's like a refrigerator humming in the kitchen. You only notice it when it finally turns off. And that constant hum is sending a continuous emergency signal to your gut. Today, I'm going to share a simple 3-step plan to begin turning off that hum, releasing that emergency brake, and allowing your body to finally heal from the inside out. Our first step is to gently calm the system. We must understand the profound connection between our feelings and our digestion, which happens through something called the gut-brain axis. Imagine a woman I know, let's call her Carol. Carol is 68. A devoted grandmother and the primary caregiver for her husband. On the surface, she's managing, but inside there's a constant low-grade river of worry. She never feels settled, and her body shows it. She's bloated after every meal, no matter how healthy she eats. She feels a constant, uncomfortable tightness in her belly and has grown to dread eating. She told me with a sigh I'll never forget, "Emily, I just feel like my own body has turned against me." I thought this was just what getting older felt like. What Carol was experiencing is a perfect example of the gut-brain axis in distress. Think of it like a superhighway of communication, a nerve called the vagus nerve that runs directly from your brainstem down to your abdomen. When your brain perceives stress, even that low-level humming stress, it sends urgent messages down this highway. Danger. Emergency. We are not safe. In response, your body wisely diverts resources. Blood flow is shunted away from your digestive organs and sent to your muscles, preparing you to fight or flee. The production of stomach acid decreases. The rhythmic muscular contractions that move food along, called peristalsis, slow way down. It's like trying to host a relaxed, joyful dinner party during a constant fire drill. Nothing gets digested properly. Food sits, it ferments, and it creates gas, bloating, and discomfort. Carol wasn't weak. Her body was simply in a constant, low-level state of emergency. The solution, then, is not a new diet. It's learning to send a different signal down that superhighway. And you can do this in moments. It's a technique I call the 5-breath reset. It is disarmingly simple. Wherever you are, you can place a hand on your belly. You'll gently breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, and then, this is the most important part, you'll exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. That longer exhale is the magic key. It actively stimulates the vagus nerve, sending a powerful signal back to the brain that says, all is well. The emergency is over. You are safe. Doing this just 5 times before a meal, or any time you feel that familiar tightness, begins to retrain your nervous system. You are teaching your body, breath by breath, how to switch from fight or flight to rest and digest. This simple act can, over time, transform your entire digestive experience. You are not fighting your body. You are communicating with it in a language it understands. Now, once we've started to create a calmer environment, our second step is to rebuild the beautiful garden inside of us. I'm talking about your microbiome. Think of your gut as a rich, vibrant garden. For that garden to flourish, it needs healthy soil and a diverse array of beneficial plants. These are your good gut bacteria. Chronic stress, however, is like a long, punishing drought. It depletes the good bacteria and allows the weeds, the more harmful bacteria, to take over. These tiny helpers in our gut are responsible for so much. They help create essential B vitamins for energy. They produce over 90% of our body's serotonin for mood and feelings of well-being, and they create a wonderful substance called butyrate, which is the primary fuel that heals the gut lining itself. When this inner garden is barren, we feel it. We feel sluggish, our mood is low, and our energy plummets because we simply can't extract the nutrients from the good food we're eating. Carol was eating salads and grilled chicken, textbook healthy, but her depleted inner garden couldn't make use of it. The solution isn't another complicated meal plan. It's about gently and consistently reseeding the garden. I call this the power of 1. The goal is to simply add 1 serving of a prebiotic or probiotic food to your day. That's it. Probiotics are the seeds themselves, the live beneficial bacteria. You can find them in a spoonful of plain yogurt or kefir, a forkful of sauerkraut, or a small serving of kimchi. Prebiotics are the fertilizer. They are the specific fibers that feed your good bacteria. You'll find them in foods like a slightly green banana, a few slices of apple, a small bowl of oats, or even onions and garlic. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just choose 1 thing each day. This small, consistent act sends a message of abundance to your inner ecosystem. You are tending to your garden, and in return, it will provide you with the energy and vitality you so deserve. Before we move to our final step, I just want to pause and acknowledge the wisdom you already hold within you. You have lived a full life, and your body holds the stories of it. This process is not about erasing those stories, but about nourishing the body that has carried you through them. Our third and final step is to reinforce the walls of the garden, to heal the gut lining itself. This is perhaps the most important piece for resolving issues that seem totally unrelated to your gut, like aching joints, skin problems, and brain fog. Carol often complained about her stiff, sore knees. She'd accepted it as an inevitable part of aging and arthritis. She had no idea it was connected to the stress in her belly. Let me explain using another simple analogy. Imagine your gut lining is a very fine mesh cheesecloth. Its job is to be selectively permeable, letting tiny, digested nutrients pass through into your bloodstream while keeping larger, undigested food particles and toxins safely inside the gut to be eliminated. Chronic stress physically damages this delicate lining. It pokes tiny holes in the cheesecloth, a condition you may have heard of called leaky gut. Now those larger particles can leak into your bloodstream where they don't belong. Your vigilant immune system spots these foreign invaders and launches an attack. This creates a state of chronic body-wide inflammation. And where does that inflammation show up? It shows up in your weakest links. For Carol, it was her knees. For someone else, it might be rashes on their skin, persistent brain fog, or new food sensitivities. To heal this, we need to provide the body with the specific building blocks it needs to repair that cheesecloth lining. The most effective and gentle way to do this is with what I call a gut-soothing sip. The cells that make up your gut lining have a favorite food, an amino acid called L-glutamine. It's like the perfect mortar and bricks they need for repairs. A high-quality bone broth is naturally rich in L-glutamine and collagen, which are both wonderfully healing. A warm cup sipped slowly each day can be deeply nourishing. Alternatively, a simple scoop of L-glutamine powder mixed in a glass of water on an empty stomach provides a direct, potent dose of these healing building blocks. By reinforcing these walls, you lower the inflammatory burden on your entire body. The joint pain can ease, the skin can clear, and the fog can begin to lift. You're not just easing symptoms, you are healing the root cause. So let's bring this all together. It's not about fighting your body. It is about understanding its language. First, we use our breath to send signals of safety and calm the nervous system. Second, we gently reseed our inner garden with one nourishing food at a time. And third, we provide the building blocks to repair the gut lining, which calms inflammation throughout the body. This is a gentle journey, not a race. Please hear me when I say this. Your body has an incredible, innate capacity to heal. You have navigated decades of life with strength and grace. You are wise, you are resilient, and you are absolutely worthy of feeling vibrant and full of life. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about coming home to the truest, healthiest version of yourself. If this conversation resonated with you today, I would be so honored if you shared one small gentle step you might try this week in the comments below. Perhaps it's the 5-breath reset before dinner, or adding a spoonful of yogurt to your breakfast. Reading each other's journeys and intentions is such a powerful source of connection and encouragement for all of us. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Until next time, be well and be so very kind to yourself.